Now, Phil Taylor's going to come and do something for us. Now, Phil, it's been asked about Phil. Phil is, when he's around the church, isn't wearing a mask. And just to clarify that, he's not an anti-vaxxer or anything like that. He has got an allergy and is asthmatic. So he's one in that group where people don't have to wear masks. But he's under strict instructions to stay away from you. I'm thinking that when this all ends, we might keep that as a real just keep Phil away from everybody constantly. But it's great that Phil is going to take part this morning again in our worship. Over to Phil.
Just before I do anything, the tape is coming away. I was worried that this was going to fall down during the song and all of a sudden there'd be a massive distraction from the worship. Right. Hopefully that will hold, at least for the activity. Okay. Right. I have my microphone on a stick again, which means I will be coming around and getting answers from you. I've got 7 questions. For those of you that are at home, if you can't see that, apologies, but hopefully the questions will be straightforward enough that you won't actually need to see the answers. But what we're going to do, we're going to get the 7 answers picked out from the 7 things that are up there, to the 7 questions, and that will then lead us into a memory verse. Remember those? Pre-COVID memory verses in cafe services? Yeah? We're going to do that. For those that are worrying they won't be able to see anything from home, don't worry, we've got you sorted as well. So, let's go with our first question. Who did Jesus teach to forgive 77 times? Anyone want to offer a hand? First hand was here, okay.
Peter.
Second?
Peter.
Peter. The answer is Peter. Nice, easy one to start with. Okay. Question number 2. Who forgave 11 brothers after they had beaten him up, wrecked his wardrobe, and sold him to a bunch of foreigners? Douglas, I saw your hand first.
Joseph.
Sorry?
Joseph.
Joseph. Let's see what the answer is. Joseph, good. It means that everyone's seen, either everyone knows the answers easily or everyone's noticing them up there. Okay, next question. Who forgave people while they threw stones at him to kill him? Sheila.
Stephen.
The answer is Stephen. Get in there, we're getting there. Next question. Who told Philemon to forgive Onesimus? This might be a challenging one for you. Oh, we have a hand.
Paul.
Paul. Let's see what the answer is. It is Paul. Paul was the writer of the letter to Philemon. Next question. Which son told his dad he wanted him dead, but eventually came back and asked for forgiveness? First hand, right at the back.
Prodigal.
Prodigal. Let's have a look. It is the prodigal. Okay. Next question. Who forgave Jacob despite him stealing from them many years before?
Esau.
Let's have a look. It is Esau, which if my maths is correct, that brings us on to our last question, which hopefully means if you're paying attention here, you'll be able to work out what the answer is. Who did David treat with kindness to restore his friendship with Saul's family? The next question is, can you pronounce it?
Mephibosheth.
Mephibosheth. Let's have a look. Confirm it is Mephibosheth. Now, you might have noticed there is a bit of a theme with these questions. There is a theme of forgiveness, which you might have noticed kind of connects in with what we were listening to from Psalm 119 as well. The idea of there being things that are wrong with the relationship with God and it needs to be fixed. So our memory verse is also dealing with that theme. Oh dear, it's starting to fall off again. Oh, thank you very much, Bruce. They say never work with kids or animals. No, it's never worked with string and gaffer tape. Okay. And funnily enough, the start of our memory verse is what we've just done just before we had our first song, because it's talking about confessing. So, as I've said, for those that are watching online, you will see this appear on the screen for you. And in case you're wondering how's the memory verse going to work when we start removing them, you'll start losing certain bits as well. So you'll be remembering just as much as everyone else. So let's start off. If we read it all together, and then I'll start removing them. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. 1 John chapter 1 verse 9. Okay. You think you've got that? Tough, we're going to start removing bits. Okay. Let's try that again. At home, you're going to have bits missing. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just, our sins, and purify us from all unrighteousness. 1 John 1 verse 9. Okay. Let's try again. If we confess, faithful and just, our sins and purify unrighteousness. 1 John 1 verse 9. Okay. Yes, it's these two. Okay. Let's try again. If we confess, he is faithful and just, and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. 1 John 1 9. Okay. Last time round. All of it's going on the floor now. So we don't have to worry about the string anymore. Okay. So, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just, and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. 1 John 1. Okay, and hopefully at home you've been able to get that as well. And as I'm sure we'll be looking at, and as we know from what the Bible tells us, we do make mistakes all the time. We do things where we need to ask for forgiveness. We do things where we need to be put right with God. But, as our memory verse says, when we confess, he will make us right because of what Jesus has done for us on the cross.